Hey everybody, my name is Cindy Mattalucci and you're watching The Pulse, where we get the 411 and all the latest and greatest things to do in this amazing city, San Diego. From the newest bars and restaurants to the chicest boutiques, to the gyms and the trainers that are getting the people of this city buff 365 days a year, to the place you want to go to get your spa on. I'm exploring it all for you, and of course, having fun along the way. So come with me when we put our finger on the pulse of San Diego. This episode of The Pulse was brought to you by Windus Fernandez Brinkkord from Trilogy Financial Services. For all your financial needs, Windus and her team have got you covered. On today's episode, we start our show with our real estate expert, Bridget Potterton from Bridge Coast team at Keller Williams Metro Realty. Bridget gives you her real estate predictions for 2022. We head out on location with certified Pilates instructor and master trainer Kristi Evans from Kristi's Pilates to give us some tips on how to get in the best shape for the new year. We end our show with Maria von Losch, brand and content expert, who has got us covered on all the social media tips and trends that you need in 2022. We all know that the real estate market is hotter and more competitive than it's ever been, especially here in San Diego. Whether you are a buyer or a seller, Bridget has got you covered with all you need to know about real estate here in our hometown. Check this out. We all know that the real estate market is on fire, especially here in San Diego. Everybody's talking about it. I know we're all dying to know what the market is doing. So have no fear, we have our real estate expert, Bridget Potterton from Bridge Coast team at Keller Williams Metro on the show to answer your questions. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. Happy New Year, Cindy.
Happy New Year. I feel like I just saw you because you're, a regular on our show and you're such a resource. So we love having you and people will see you more this year as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're excited. So first of all, before we dive into this topic, I have to say congratulations on your success because you were top 3 in 2021.
Yeah, top 3 for Keller Williams San Diego Metro. Very exciting because we have a lot of really phenomenal agents in our office. So very exciting. Thank you, Cindy.
Well, and you do it again and again, I feel like, every year. So I don't know, what motivates you? How do you do it?
Well, it helps that I'm a little competitive. I think that, from my old days as an athlete playing soccer and things
player.
Like that. Yes. Naturally, I'm competitive, but also I've built a really wonderful business with so many of my past clients and current clients they are the lifeblood of my business. They are so wonderful sending me referrals and I don't know what I would do without them. I'm so grateful.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the crazy market and your predictions, right, for 2022. So people keep calling me. They're like, oh, I want to offer you cash on your home. I mean, people are just talking about what they can do to sell their home. So what are your predictions for 2022?
I'm bringing my crystal ball. And here is what my crystal ball is saying. So for 2022, I think we are going to see more of the same. The insanity that you've seen, especially the last 2 years, you're going to continue to see that. We have crazy inventory problems right now. And when I say that, we've talked a little bit about inventory in the past, but this time I wanted to bring a special chart to show you exactly how bad it really is. Because if you're not a buyer right now out there, I think it's hard to understand what buyers are dealing with. So a normal market is a balanced market that's usually 8,000 to 10,000 homes. And last week at the beginning of the year, we hit 1,100 homes and condos. That is by far the lowest it's ever been. Now it's improved a little bit. This week we're up to about 1,320, so we're getting better. We are making a little progress, but it is so hard out there. So take a look at these numbers. If you look at, it wasn't that long ago that a lot of my buyers were in that, 5 to 800,000 price point. But if you look each one, I divided them out by segments, you can see how few of homes there are. Now, in a lot of markets, $500,000 can get you a lot. In some areas, a mansion for $500,000.
But
if you look here in San Diego, we've got like 28 properties under 500,000. And when I say San Diego, I mean the whole county. So some of these properties are out in very remote parts that even if you're a San Diegan, you probably haven't been to. Some of them I don't even know how to pronounce. So there's some, San Diego County is huge. There's some very remote areas, and that's where you tend to see properties that are a little bit more affordable. So in San Diego proper, there's really just not a lot of affordable properties, and we're going to continue to see that. The interest rates are likely going to go up.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, because everyone's talking about interest rates.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Interest rates have already gone up a little bit, not enough to make a difference, and they probably will continue to go up. Occasionally. I don't think we're going to see anything skyrocket, but we'll see things continue to kind of move up and then just kind of teeter off a little bit, and we'll see the movement. And I don't think it'll be a while before we'll really see a slowdown in the market. The rates will have to go up quite a bit higher before I think it's going to make a dent.
So it's going to be competitive out there.
It's going to continue to be competitive. I'll tell you, I've had 2 offers accepted this week for buyers of mine. One, they had 31 offers, and one they had,
I'm having anxiety.
The one, I think they had 13 or something like that. So there's a lot of buyers for every property out there, and that's only the buyers that chose to write the offer. You've got, at some of these open houses, realtors are saying they're seeing 100 people come through their open house. I mean, could you imagine trying to manage all the people coming in and out of a house right now?
No, I can't. Well, okay, so it's going to be crazy. It seems like it's going to continue to be the way it is. Well, okay, so for homeowners out there, what can they do? What tips do you have?
So besides just saying to the homeowner, just throw a sign up. That's what a lot of homeowners are probably thinking that they can do. And to a certain extent, that is true. Right now, you can get away with a lot as a homeowner if you are planning on selling your home. But a couple of tips, this is probably the biggest one. The question is, if I sell my home, where do I go? What's my game plan? So that's tip number 1, is come up with a game plan with your realtor. Where am I going to go? Am I going to leave San Diego? Am I going to stay in San Diego? Am I going to rent for a while? Maybe just do like an Airbnb. I've had some clients where they've sold their properties, bought an RV, traveled the country for a while, and then settled down somewhere. That's an option.
Because renting is not easy either right now, and it's expensive as well.
Arguably, renting is as competitive as, and some people might even tell you in certain price points of renting, it's more competitive.
So should people sell now if they're on the fence? Would you say, is it the time to do it?
Well, it's a great time to sell. You're going to get an unbelievable price for your home. As far as work needing to be done, so my second tip is, you can do work to your property, you can remodel it, you'll get more for your money, but you don't have to do that in this market. There are some requirements that do need to be done if you decide to put your property on an open market and you don't sell to an all-cash investor. Little things that usually don't cost a lot of money, but there are some prep things, like you need to have carbon monoxide, smoke detectors, typically in a property. You need to have working heat. Most of these things you may already have in the property, so it won't cost you anything extra, but they're minor things, but it's important that if you do get a buyer who needs a loan, those things do need to be taken care of.
I have a fact for us, you guys. According to the La Jolla Light publication, the biggest home sale in La Jolla's history and the 3rd highest ever in San Diego County took place a few weeks ago when a beachfront mansion sold for $24.7 million. This is we actually have a picture of this too. 6,071 square foot property at 8466 El Paseo Grande sold for one of the highest amounts in San Diego County in the past 12 months. It's pretty crazy.
That's amazing.
That's a lot. So any other tips, would you say?
The other thing I would say is a lot of sellers, they tend to lose their head a little bit in this market. You get so many offers, you get so many people, so much interest. So I would say the other thing is disclosures and liability. As a seller, the liability really is on you to make sure you're disclosing everything properly to the buyer. And in this market, that is no exception, especially in a market right now where so many buyers are paying over appraised value, things like that. You never want anything to come back to bite you. So if in doubt, always talk to your real estate professional about whether or not you should disclose things.
I love that. Okay, so if you are a buyer right now, what are our tips for someone who wants to buy a home, and how do they make the most out of it?
If you are a buyer right now, I feel for you. My heart goes out to you right now. I would say the most important thing is to pick a good realtor. I think a lot of times people go with somebody that they know, or they go for somebody that they think is really aggressive, right? Oh, in this market, I need a really aggressive realtor. To a certain extent, that is true. However, if your realtor is beyond aggressive and can be arrogant, your offer may be getting put down to the bottom of the pile and you don't know. Wow. So if you have questions about your realtor, you really need to go with somebody you feel like is going to be a good fit. Somebody who can not only be aggressive, but who can get along really well with people and build rapport quickly. That's always something I've really prided myself on, is being able to build rapport quickly with a client or with another agent so that we can make the deal work for everybody. And then the other thing is with buyers is really understanding the market. So my tip number 2 is understand the market and do your homework. You're going to rely heavily on your lender and your realtor once you choose them.
Bridget, you're so fabulous. We love having you on the show. So people can find you, and how do they contact you if they want to work with you?
Sure. You can find me on Instagram at Broker Bridget. You can also check out my website, www.comehometosandiego.com. And you can always give us a call too, 858-257-1555. Thank you so much, Cindy.
For more information on Bridget and to have a consult with her, you can go to comehometosandiego.com. Don't touch that remote, because when we come back, we are getting our Pilates on with Kristi's Pilates. Fitness is so important to us here at The Pulse, and being our healthiest self. We head out to beautiful Balboa Park with Kristi Evans to showcase some moves and give you some great fitness tips for the new year. Watch this. Hey everybody, it's Cindy Matalucci, your host of The Pulse and Live with Cindy. We're in beautiful Balboa Park in San Diego. I'm with Kristi Evans, certified Pilates instructor and master trainer. How are you?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm excited to showcase Pilates. I'm a passionate person and very passionate about Pilates. We love fitness on The Pulse. So before we get started, tell everybody about your story, because you had a shoulder injury.
I did. So I was working for a nonprofit agency. I was a project manager, and I had a shoulder injury and went through physical therapy and rehabilitation, and they recommended Pilates, and I fell in love with it, got hooked, and my daughter got hooked on it, my oldest daughter, and one day she said we should become instructors because that's all we're doing is Pilates, and we became instructors together, and I've been teaching for almost 11 years.
I love that. And so for people that don't know Pilates, because obviously Joseph Pilates was amazing and there's so many benefits, can you educate the viewers a little bit about how it helps and what type of people would be a great candidate for Pilates?
Well, the beauty of Pilates is it's for everybody. And you can be old and young, you can be recovering from an injury. I have athletes, I have surfers, golfers. I have my oldest client right now is 83, and my youngest is in their 20s. Some people are coming to me because of physical therapy and that, and others just want to increase their strength, balance, flexibility, your core, your posture, everything. Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's all about the breathing, and then also there's mat Pilates and there's reformer Pilates, right?
That's true.
So you can do either one.
You can do both.
And actually both is probably better.
Both is better. So mat Pilates is actually more challenging than reformer Pilates because you don't have the assistance of the springs. Everybody thinks, oh, mat Pilates is easy. It's much more challenging.
And I've seen her do Pilates at the park, and I can tell you it's not easy. So talk to us about your specialties, because you really do have specialties. You're bilingual.
I am bilingual. Hablo español.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And you have a wide range of clients, like you were talking about.
I do. Mm-hmm.
And so what would you recommend if somebody is thinking about doing Pilates? What's that next step?
The first step is you can contact me, and I always offer a 30-minute, free consultation, just so you can see the studio. I can find out what your goals are. You can see me, see if our personalities mesh, because that's important as well. And then if you like it, you see what your goals are, and we decide if you're going to come twice a week, once a week, come every other day, whatever. Mm-hmm.
And how often do you think somebody should do it to see a change in their body?
Twice a week.
Okay, so at least
twice a week.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kristi is going to help us today. She's going to showcase a few moves that you can do at your home, or you can come see her and do it, but something to get us in our best shape for 2022.
Let's do it.
So what are we going to do?
We'll work a little bit of the core. We're definitely going to plank because it's my favorite thing to do. I am a plankster. And you have a little sciatica going on.
I do. I have a little injury. I might be getting old.
And everybody gets sciatica. So we're going to do bridging, which helps with the sciatica. So we're going to do the bridging. We'll finish that one last because we have mics in.
Well, and I want to mention that the other thing about Pilates, which is so great, is you can tailor each workout to that specific person.
Always.
And if they have an injury, there's so much you can do to,
Always.
do a different.
Rehabilitate. That's exactly right.
I love it. All right, well, let's do it. You ready?
Okay, we're ready.
All right. Okay. All right, so I'm ready.
So we're going to go into prep for a teaser, which is beautiful for your core. So you want to roll your shoulders back, sit up really tall, find your sits bones. Good. Draw the navel in, and your heart is trying to reach up towards the sky. You're going to inhale to there, exhale, lifting the legs up, hold, and then slowly lower. Tap your toes. Good. Roll your shoulders back. Big inhale, exhale, come up, lift up and hold. Good. And then slowly lower. Nice job. Last one. Big inhale. Exhale, lift up and hold. Woo! And hold.
I feel the burn.
You feel it?
So this is core
That
and
is
legs,
core.
right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to bring your legs up. Good. I'm going to hold you. Lift your arms up towards me. There you go. Lift up, hold. Beautiful. Lift and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Good job.
Woo. That's great. I can really feel that.
So we're going to do a planking series. So we're going to go into a high plank, and then you are going to rotate to your right, and I'll rotate to my left.
Okay.
And we're going to do side-by-side side planks. How about
Perfect.
that? Okay.
I love it.
Here we go. So press your heels back, draw the navel in, engage your glutes and hamstrings. Hold here. Back of your head reaches towards the sky. Crown of your head towards me. Take a big inhale. And as you rotate, come up, stack your legs, lift your hand up. Now look at your hand and hold. Lift up on your oblique, engage your glute. Don't collapse into your shoulder. Hold. And back down to your high plank.
That is not easy.
And come down. You did great. Good job.
I love that.
So now we'll
And
bridge.
how long would you recommend doing that plank for?
Start. 30 seconds is a long time. I mean, you think 30 seconds isn't, but 30 seconds, and then just build up each day. Maybe start with 10 seconds, maybe do 15, 20. Every day add 5 seconds.
And then work your way up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, so we're gonna start with our feet hip width apart. Your knees lined up. Whoops, your mic.
Gotta move these.
Okay. So your toes are lined up with your knees, your hip bones and sits bones. Bend your knees. Bring them in a little bit closer to your glutes. There you go, good. Now, roll your shoulders down, Cindy. Press the backs of your shoulder blades into the mat. Actively pull your ribs down towards your hip bones. Tuck your tailbone. Now roll up one vertebra at a time. Tuck the tailbone. Come up to the bottom of the shoulders. No tension in your neck. Good. Now your hip bones are even. Your pelvis is level. Engaging your pelvic floor. Extend your arms. Hold here. Keep the tailbone tucked. Now inhale. Lower the arms back behind you. Biceps by your ears. And then exhale to come up. Good. One more time. Big inhale back. Exhale up. Inhale here. And then exhale, slowly roll down. One vertebra at a time. Good. Cross your legs. Roll on up.
Yay, I loved
Good.
it.
Good job. Very nice.
I'm so excited. So you guys can try this at home. Now you also do Pilates in the park, and we are in the park right now. So let's talk about that. It's a free class that you're doing.
I do. I offer it every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 9 a.m. And it's right here on 6th and Maple, so it's for an hour. Bring your mat, and I bring all the props, and it's free and it's fun.
I love that. And the weather's gorgeous, so we can't complain about that. And then how do people find you to book you for a consult or to come in?
You can text or call me at 619-455-0307, or you can find me on Instagram. It's Kristi_Pilates_studio.
Bye. For more information on Kristi and how to sign up with her or train with her, you can find her on Instagram at Kristi_Pilates_studio. Social media is more powerful than ever these days. If you're a freelancer or a small business owner, you really cannot afford not to be on social media. But it can be overwhelming to navigate. Well, we sit down with Maria von Losch, brand and content expert, to break it all down just for you. Maria von Losch, brand and content expert, is back.
Yay, thank you for having me back.
We love having you on the show. We
I love
learned
being
so
here.
much.
It's been awesome.
So you guys, if you don't know about Maria, she's a brand strategist, content expert, speaker, and coach. Her passion is to help entrepreneurs create a memorable brand and purposeful content to build a business that ignites them so much they can't wait to start their day. She's the founder of a new app that she created, which I'm super excited about, Content Cure, that helps people get consistent with content creating, posting, and engaging. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. So I'm already exhausted with what you're doing.
I know. Wow, that's a lot. That's exhausting me.
Okay, so today I'm so excited. We're going to talk about social media, right? And the trends for 2022. And obviously, if you're a business owner and you're not using social media, you are missing the boat because
Definitely.
you need to be on it. So let's talk about my favorite thing, TikTok. We're going to start with TikTok. It's one of the fastest growing media platforms.
It is.
Talk to us about TikTok.
Yeah, so far it has been one of, it's just exploded. We talked about TikTok on one of your previous shows before, but it just keeps growing and growing. And the reason being is because their algorithm is amazing.
Right, you were telling me about that. It's different than the algorithms in the other platforms. Why is that? Do you know?
Well, the creators behind, the technology are phenomenal. And, it's based on a lot of like AI and user, habits and things like that. But what the really cool thing is once you start getting on it as a business owner, say, and you start following other people that are in your industry or other experts or other businesses, that sell the same type of product, and then you'll start seeing them pop up in your feed, and then you'll pop up in other people's feeds that follow those accounts.
Well, and you told me also to be super consistent because I was asking her for advice on our walk. We were talking about
Yes.
this. And you said, hey, you know what, with your brand, go on there and do the same thing, sort of like what you're doing on a regular basis. Because now it seems like journalists are on there talking about what's going on. Marketing people, like with what you're doing, giving tips are on there.
Consistency looks different for everybody. If you can only do it once a day, great. If you can do it 3 times a week, great. But, stay consistent to that schedule. And also do things that are within your brand. So don't stray against it. So if you're
No drinking the wine videos.
you can have fun, of course, and, put some of those fun little trendy, things in once in a while. But you want people to come to your account and follow you because it's based on whatever your expertise is. Just be raw. You can just hold your phone up and say, hey, it's Maria, I'm going to give you a brand tip today. And that's it. That's all you have to do on TikTok. There's no secret. There's no crazy tricks and hacks and things like that. Just do that.
Well, and you guys know I love my stats. So I'm going to show you some stats right now. If you didn't want to get on TikTok, according to influencermarketinghub.com, you really should, because TikTok users spend more than 850 minutes per month on the app. And it now has 1 billion monthly active users as of January 2022. I also want to talk about if you are a freelancer or a small business owner, like what platforms should you be on? Help
Good
us
question.
out.
All right. First, I want to preface that the one biggest trend for 2022 is audio and video.
Ooh.
And video, more short form video, as you know, with TikTok and Reels and YouTube Shorts and things of that nature. Okay. But if you're a business and you have a product or service that you're promoting, you want to get it out there, look to these other traditional platforms that you wouldn't think of, like LinkedIn. LinkedIn has been growing like crazy. And I think
you can do live on LinkedIn, which we're live today right now.
You can. So I really have been coaching my clients to look towards LinkedIn more. And they have seen an increase in traffic and awareness. Another one is Pinterest, and I've talked about this before. Pinterest is a search engine. So it's not about, just creating boards to think about how you're going to, decorate your room or your house or a cooking recipe. It's actually a great platform for businesses to promote their products and services well.
I love it. Okay, so you and I were talking about Google Stories, which I did not know about. You educated me on this, and I'm like, what? Google Stories? So tell everybody about that, because that's new.
It's new. So I was fortunate enough to come in on the beta launch and work with Google. and you know, implement this new plugin that they have. You do have to have a WordPress website. So if you have not WordPress.com, but WordPress.org. So if your website is built on that, then you can definitely download their plugin and use it. And it's amazing. It's like doing stories, but it's a little more involved because it lives forever on Google. So you're gonna rank up in their search engines more when you're using Google Shorts. So it's just quick slides. You can do video or you can do stills. You can put text in there. It's amazing.
Well, and if you had one tip that you can share with our viewers, what would the one tip be? What can they take home today?
The one tip would be, don't think you gotta be on every platform. You know, just pick a few that you can manage, that you can stay consistent with. Repurpose your content and just stay on brand, right?
Okay, so we gotta dive into your new app. We're gonna show a video too. Explain to us Content Cure. There's nothing like this out there.
No, there isn't. I'm really proud of it, actually.
It's almost, we were talking about, it's almost like a fitness app from a trainer.
Yes, right? Yeah. So coaching my clients, I created a digital calendar for them for their content. You know, what to create, when to post, when to engage. And they loved it, but they would often say, oh, I forgot to look at it. So they said, is there anything out there that could, you know, notify me? I searched and searched. I searched, you know, Apple apps, Google apps, on the web, everywhere. And there was nothing like this. So I said, you know, I guess I got to create this app. First for my clients, just, you know, so they can have something, but then now it's for everybody. Anybody can download it. And I've had people test it out, clients test it out. We had a little beta going just to make sure all the kinks, you know, were worked out. And it's now an amazing, simple little app. It's so simple, but so useful. And I love it.
And then so they can go on, they can see some videos that you have and tips and things like that, as well as get notified that they need to be posting. And then you also give them stuff to post.
Right, yeah, so it's very informative. So there's a calendar section and it shows, you know, the days to post. You can add it to your calendar on your phone. And then it gives you tips on what to post, what to create, when to engage, how to do all of this. Then there's, like you said, the tutorial section. So you get videos on how to do things. And then there's a goodies section, which has like guides every month on, you know, content ideas and other things. So there's a lot in there.
And then where does everybody find you? And to book you for a consult, or how does it work?
Oh, yes. They can find me at mariavonlosch.com. On Instagram, it's at the Maria Von Losch.
I'm so excited. And then at contentcure.app.
Yes.
Right? For Instagram. So
yes.
Follow her, you guys. She's amazing. She's got great, you know, topics, tips for you. Go to the website. If you have questions for her, we'll get those answered. We love having you on the show. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for letting me be here. I love sharing with your viewers.
To learn more about working with Maria for a coaching session to help you get started with your personal brand or content for social media, head on over to contentcureapp.com. For more of these stories, you can head over to our website at thepulsesd.com. Make sure to follow us on social media at thepulsesd for all the behind-the-scenes fun. That's going to do it for today's episode. We'll see you next time when we put our finger on the pulse of San Diego.